The way we think about frequency these days, and whether it's drip, burst, or pulse, it's really no longer the case. We used to think of communication being on and off. Whenever you have budget, you spend it. It lasts as long as you can, so 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you're off air. Come back again whenever the budget allows you to do. I think this sort of yes, we're still talking about flighting. We're still talking about pulsing. We're still talking about dripping. This depends on the campaign objective, on the sector. Some brands will want to be on air for as long as possible, even if they're not out shouting everybody, because it's very important. They see a high reactivity between their spend and their results in store. Some brands will want to shout very loud when they have a new product and then not say anything about it for the next 6 months. So yes, we do still in that model. However, we are not anymore in a model where brands are completely off air. Whether they spend money in media or not, their presence online is always going to be there. People are always going to be searching on Google. People are always going to be visiting their websites. If they have a fan page on Facebook, this is not turned off, this is always on. If they have bloggers talking about it, so there is an element of brands being always on regardless of their advertising investment. And brands need to be fully aware of that. So if I take search, for example, so all of our clients are strongly recommended to have a 100% of the year covered. Every day of the year there needs to be some search activities going on, because consumers don't stop. Consumers are at a different stage of purchasing a product. So if you take a Toyota car, it's not because Toyota is launching a car in September that people will want to buy in September. So if that same person wants to buy in March the following year, they need to find Toyota information about that car. They need to be able to engage at that point. So they choose to engage when they are ready, not when Toyota is ready to launch the car. So this is, and our communication need to very much reflect that consumers are always on. So brands also should be. No brands have enough money to be on TV every day of the year. But what brand needs to think about is their presence from a consumer's perspective in all the areas that probably cost a lot less money to be present. But in a digital world, it's about always on.